assistant in MIT CTL join us as well. So if you could please go to the next slide. Yeah, so the agenda for today, we will talk about why should you take the CFX, its value proposition and benefits, the CFX structure and the relevant dates that you should be knowing. So what are the prep materials that are available in the course, and you'll have some study tips and advice from Laura and me, who are credential holders as well. So over to you, Dr. Eva Ponce.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Sindhu and Laura, and welcome everyone to this live event, and congratulations. Congratulations to be here. I know that this has been a long journey, and we are everyone here very proud of you that you are in this step of your journey with us. My presentation, I will focus on giving you some reasons about why we really encourage you to take this comprehensive and proctored final exam. And the first reason is because you are almost there. You have been completing 5 supply chain courses with us. This is a lot of effort, a lot of dedication, a lot of days and nights studying through our material in our courses. And now this is just the last stretch. This is one more effort. We know that you still need to accomplish one more step with us, but it's the last one. I truly believe that this should be worth it. There is a lot of benefits just for our credential holders that we will be sharing with you today. So you are at the end of this journey. So this is the last stretch. This is the first reason I really encourage you to take this exam. Another thing I want to mention here is why we are asking at the end of the 5 courses for one more step. And we are doing that because we need to provide value to this credential. We need to provide this value for companies, for organizations, for other universities, but most importantly for you, in order that you earn a credential that has this value and this recognition across the world. And this, one important part of that is to ensure academic integrity and to ensure that every single person that earned the credential is a person that knows the fundamental things in supply chain management. That's why we need to accomplish this final step and assess your knowledge at the end of this journey. This is what other learners who have already completed with us the program, this is what they share with us. And I just wanted to bring here their learners' perspective, the reasons why they did this effort and they complete this MicroMaster credential. There are different examples. Will from Australia, he was working in a related field, but he was not at supply chain management when he started with our program. When he completed the program, he got a position in supply chain management, and he's currently leading a team of SCM professionals in his company in Australia. Miriam is an example. She was already in the supply chain management field, but she wanted to promote in her job. She decided to take the MicroMaster credential holder and then complete the whole journey, joining at MIT and completing the master's blended degree at MIT. She did it 2 years ago. Mia is another example. She finally found a great job in a technological company in Cambridge, Massachusetts, very close to MIT. So in terms of the reasons, the main reason that our learners are sharing with us why they are completing this program is because of career development, as I mentioned. There are also companies that they are sending their employees for staff training and upskilling, and you will find these professionals in this program. Finally, some of our learners are completing this final step because they really want to promote in their academic pathway and they want to apply for a master's degree. And this, MIT is opening the doors for you. And if you complete the MicroMaster credential in supply chain management, you can apply to the MIT master's degree. This is a 5-month residential program that at the end culminate in a master's of applied science in supply chain management. This is a great picture from the cohort of 2020. Laura and Sindhu, they both of them graduate last May 2020. They will be sharing with you their experience too. There are also more universities accepting the MicroMaster credential holder. There are more than 20 across the world. Some of them are part of our MIT scale network, like Zaragoza Logistics Center or the Malaysia Institute for Supply Chain Innovation. They are offering blended programs or accelerated master's degree program for MicroMaster holders in supply chain management. And there are also universities like Arizona State University. This is the first university offering a 100% online master's degree on edX after completing your MicroMaster credential in supply chain management. And many other universities in Latin America, in Asia, and in Europe, and in the United States. Companies are also sending their employees. General Electric is one of the companies that has been counting on our program since 2017, sending their employees to our program and also offering job interviews and job positions to our MicroMaster holders. Schlumberger is one of the most recent companies. They just sent to our program more than 100 employees, and they just joined last July 2020. One reason that I really want to bring here is because of the MicroMaster community of learners. And believe me, this is one of the best things we have in this program, the SCX community of learners. You will find here an amazing community, an amazing group of people passionate about supply chain management, where you can share with them your expertise, your experience, and learn a lot from them too. So this is one of the great things of this program. And the community of SCX learners is currently more than 370,000 learners enrolled in at least one of our supply chain courses from more than 190 countries. In terms of credential holders, we already have 2,200 credential holders. And after this CFX, and I really hope you all take this exam and pass it, then we are targeting to reach around 2,500 credential holders. So I really hope you can join this amazing community of learners. So Arthur Grau and Sam Varney, both of them are doing a great job trying to engage you after this long journey with us through LinkedIn, through Facebook, and through the MicroMaster portal that we are offering to you. There is a special channel for MicroMaster holders, and you will find a lot of information just for you. I'm going to stop here to see if there is any question, and then I will continue with the benefits.
Hi everyone. Hi, Dr. Eva. We have a couple of questions right now. One of them is from Lynn. They're asking if after they finish the 5 courses, for how long will they be eligible for CFx?
That's a great question. So we highly encourage you to take the CFx within a 5 years time window. Don't wait more than that. Indeed, we really encourage you to take as soon as possible. And the reason is, as soon as you complete your last course, you have been studying a lot with us. Every single thing is fresh in your mind. So we believe, according to the results, and we have been analyzing the results and the performance of our CFX takers, the best performance is when you take it as soon as possible, as soon as you complete the 5 courses. So recommendation, don't wait. Just take the final step and complete it. If you need to wait for personal reasons, work reasons, family reasons, whatever, the sooner the better. And don't wait more than 5 years. We also believe that after 5 years, you are going almost to forget every single thing you have learned with us. So we really encourage you to take as soon as possible and within 5 years.
Great, thank you, Eva. We also have another person, I don't have their name, but they say, can we take the CFX if we are in the middle of another SCX course?
the answer is no. You cannot take the CFx if you are in the middle. There is one requirement to take the CFx, and the requirement is you need to pass the 5 supply chain courses with us. So in order to be eligible for the CFx, you need to complete and pass as a verified learner the 5 supply chain courses.
Great, thank you. And the last one, and then we can go on with further questions at the end of the presentation. They are asking, what are the real benefits of taking the CFx if I don't want to get to the blended master program? Sorry.
Awesome question.
So
yes, one of the benefits is, of course, to apply for the MIT blended or any other pathway university, but this is one of the main benefits. There are other benefits. I'm going to go through those benefits right away. Thank you for that question, Laura. Okay, so in terms of the benefits, other reasons for those that you just want to promote your job or just to have the credential. So there is one huge benefit, and this is a very recent one, and is that those who complete and pass the CFx and earn the credential, then they will earn access to the MIT Alumni Association. You will be an affiliate member to the MIT Alumni Association. This is a new benefit that we started offering in 2020. For all of our MicroMaster credential holders, they will join as an affiliate member to this association. And this brings a lot of benefit to you. Also, we are offering Bootcamp. Bootcamp is a program that has been designed specifically for our MicroMaster learners. You will get an important discount if you are a credential holder. There are also specific discounts and offers for credential holders at CTL, at our center here at MIT. For instance, for executive education, we are offering a 20% discount to MicroMaster credential holders. In addition to that, you will have access also to the library journals through some of the most important libraries and journal distributors. You will have also access to MIT Press publications, MIT Horizon, that is also providing cutting-edge technology and reports. So there are a bunch of benefits. You can go through our website in order to learn more about those benefits. I also wanted to highlight here the LinkedIn group that Sam Varney, she's feeding this with many relevant posts for credential holders. More recently, she has been posted a lot of job offerings and openings for credential holders in different companies, US-based, also some companies in Brazil, companies across the world. They are now asking for credential holders in supply chain management and offering job positions for them. So this is another huge benefit I want to bring here. The bootcamp, as I mentioned, that this is a special program we have designed for MicroMasters learners. You will be exposed to an intense experience virtually or on campus. This year is the very first time we are offering a virtual bootcamp, and you will be exposed to IT researchers, industry speakers, and cutting-edge technology. So these are some of the reasons, I think, independently of the academic career, that is one of the reasons to apply to MIT or any other university. There are many other reasons, and we are always looking for adding value to the credential, to have more companies recognizing these credentials. So these are some of the reasons I hope that will encourage you to take this CFx. So I'm going to stop my presentation here, and let's see if you have any further questions.
Yes, Eva. We have a question from Andre Nascimento. He's asking how to put the credential in my curriculum. Should I call it a postgraduate program?
That's a great question. We are providing specific instructions about how you should display this in your resume, and also you will receive a specific instruction from the supply chain team, the MicroMaster team, about how to include this in your LinkedIn and in every resume. So there are specific instructions. My team will be sharing this with you. Yes, and it's a credential, it's a certificate. So you should be very explicit that it's an MITx credential provided through edX platform and MIT institution in supply chain management.
Perfect. We have a lot of questions about the structure of the exam, so I think we can move forward with the presentation and then answer them along the go. Okay, so we are going to move now to a structure of the exam. We will show you some key dates and technical notes. So let's go to the next slide, please. So first thing we want to share is who are the test takers. And as Eva mentioned, we have people from all over the world participating here in the MicroMaster program. We have now 1,400 eligible learners, and they come from 96 countries, but this number varies all the time considering people who is getting their exam from SC2X or SC4X done. So there are a lot of person out there in the world working with us in this, and we are really proud of you. Regarding the prerequisites, as Eva said, the most important one is that you must have passed all the 5 SCX courses, and you have to do that as a verified learner, so you have to have a certificate issued to be eligible. It's super important that you have in mind that if you're taking SC4X and final exam right now and you get the certificate in this round of the course, you will be eligible because you will have your certificate before the CFX starts. So everyone that just finished SC2X and SC4X, you are eligible, and we encourage you to participate because you have all your content fresh, as Eva already mentioned. Just the technical thing is, if you don't have a bundle purchase, we cannot enroll you automatically. So it's super important that you enroll yourself before the September the 22nd. That's super important to us. If you haven't done a bundle purchase, you might have received already an email because we enroll you automatically. But if you didn't, please check if you're eligible, enroll yourself, and contact us at the CFX help email so that we can double check if everything is good with your certificates and you can verify as soon as possible. Regarding that, in order for taking the CFX, you have to be a verified learner, so you have to pay the $299 fee. And it's also super important for us that you check that your ID verification is still not expired or is not expiring before the end of November 2020. And this is because we cannot issue any certificate and you won't be allowed to take the CFX exam if your ID is not verified and has a interesting timeline, like it's not expiring before or during the exam. So it's super important that you check those dates and consider that every time you do the ID verification, it takes at least 5 days, 3 to 5 working days for the ID to be verified in the platform. So it's super important that you have that in mind before updating the ID verification. Remember, this is a virtually proctored exam, so this is 100% virtual. We don't have any physical testing location, so we encourage you to have your connectivity at best for this. Let's go to the next one. So regarding key dates, verification deadline is September 23. If you don't verify your ID and your course, but that day, and you have to upgrade to verify. So as you can see in the image below, if you don't upgrade to verify by that day, you won't be able to take the exam. So please do so if you are intending to take the exam right now. Remember, CFX is opening by October 7th and will be open until October the 9th. So you have to plan in advance to have availability in that time window. And always verify before you take the exam that you have upgraded your status and that your ID verification is not expired. Remember also that every time you do the ID verification, for it not to take more than 5 days, your face should be well lit. You have to follow all the instructions. Otherwise, it will be rejected and you'll have to do it over and you might miss the exam because of this. Let's go to the next one. So just to let you know a bit more of what you're going to see when you get to the final exam.
I think Laura is frozen.
One and the other is of 12 hours. So please consider having, can you hear me well? I'm sorry. Please consider having 12 hours to fulfill the exam. Why we give you 12 hours? Because something might happen, but you don't need 12 hours. We prepare the exam so you can take it in at most 2 hours each. And in between, we recommend short break, just to go to the restroom, get some water, because you won't be able to have anything in your table, but you don't need the 12 hours. It's super simple and it shouldn't take you so long to go from one exam to the other. Remember also that before taking every exam, you'll have to go through the terms of honor to complete our honor code as well. And you will have to do a room scan, an ID scan, and verify and show the proctoring software that you're the person that is verified and that has their ID verified. So it's super important that you follow every instruction well, because this is the first time you'll be facing, for most of you, the proctoring software. So if you follow the instructions, you will have not a problem with that. Regarding content, exam 1, both are comprehensive, right? But exam 1 goes more to about S0x, 1x, and 2x content. So it's more about the maths behind this. And exam 2 is more related to SC3x and SC4x. But as we said, both are comprehensive. You can find checkboxes, open-ended questions. You can also find study cases. So it's just like the exams you've done in the graded assignments. You won't find anything different. So just don't stress regarding the format of the exam, because it's just like everything else, you know. And I think that's it, Sindhu.
So regarding the prep material that is available for you on the course. So once you log into the course, under the CFx Prep sessions, you will find summary lightboard sessions, which are a quick recap of all of the 5 courses just to brush up on the content. And we've also provided a practice exam. So this just has 4 questions. And this is not to simulate the exact CFX environment, but these were the questions that were asked in the previous CFX exam. So we highly recommend that you take up all the questions, you solve them, and then go through the solution videos, which are done by our staff members. Under CFX instructions and guidelines, as well as the FAQ document that we've provided in the dashboard, we have given all the relevant details related to the CFX exam. We recommend that you please go through this all these instructions, because we cannot stress on how important it would be for you. So even before you do anything related to the CFX exam, just please go through the instructions thoroughly, because most of your questions will be answered through those documents. And the second most important thing is the onboarding test. So like Laura mentioned, this is a face and an ID scan that you have to go through, so that we know that you're the same person who's finally taking the exam as well. And this is open between August 31st to October 2nd. And please take it well before the exam, as soon as possible, because it takes 3 to 5 days for the system to provide feedback. And as it was mentioned before, the exam is open between 7th to 9th. Please be mindful of the time zones that you're in before you start the exam, and plan your time. And if you face any issues during the exam, we are there to help you. You cannot mail during the exam. So just finish the exam and then reach out to us. We'll talk about it more in the upcoming slides. So the pass bar is still a 60%, same as all the other courses. So this will be an average between exam 1 and 2. So if you score less in exam 1 and if you score really well in exam 2, an average will be taken. If you get 60%, you pass the CFX. So no worries on that. And after the exam is done, the grading and the evaluation should take about a month, after which you will have your certificates and the final grades. Yes, so some tips from us who were credential holders before as well. So Laura?
Yes. So we want to share with you that this was a stressful moment for us too when we went through the exam because of, it's the final exam for MIT Credential. And we just want to let you know that the whole team is working to make the problems and the full CFX and the whole situation less stressful as possible, and to support you to get to that point of taking the exam with all the information you need to have for that. So for the preparation, just as I mentioned before, and I think we cannot get tired of saying this, don't forget to check the expiration date on your ID verification. Please, and just for the starting part of this, identify your weakest topics. You might, and I've seen some questions that people say, I only have 4 weeks to prepare for this. This is not enough. We encourage you to go to the topics where you notice you were weakest during the time you took the program, every CFx, and try to brush up those materials, that course materials where you feel you were weakest, and start there. Also try to review all the practice problems and graded assignments if you have time, but always, and with anything you do for preparation for the CFX, use the key concept document. You will only be allowed to use the key concept document during the CFX. So it's super important that you know where to look for the information. You will have a super new version of the key concept document where you can click an index and go directly to the topic. But it's super important that even though you don't have to know by heart the formulas, you have to know what to use or where to take it from. So please, we strongly recommend this. As Cindy mentioned, check the time zones. Consider that you need to have the 4 hours at least to take the exam, if you take it all together, before the end of the deadline. So if you start and it's only 1 hour until the deadline, you won't be able to finish your exams. So please consider the deadlines, consider when you start and when you finish. Also check your laptop compatibility, and that's the best way to do it. It's taking the onboarding exam early. We know of a lot of people that had to change the laptop they were using or the desktop because of some compatibility issues. There is a specific kind of computer that cannot be used at all because of the proctoring software requirements. So it's super important that you go through the frequently asked questions in the CFx Prep course to notice that. It's super important to find a room to take the exam where no one else can access. And I remember having a sign in my door saying, please don't enter here, just in case someone forgot about it. Even by mistake, no one is supposed to go inside the place you're taking the exam. Of course, we know things can happen. So as Cindy said, if that happens, just finish your exam, because maybe someone opened and closed the door. That shouldn't happen, but if it happens, you finish your exam, don't be crazy about it, and just after you finish, email us and let us know, because there is people that will review everything you do and will define if that's against the honor code or not. And also, as we also said, relieve yourself before each exam. We are not allowing you to go away from your camera at any time, and you won't be allowed to have water or food, so please consider that before starting.
That's about the preparation. So during the exam, we recommend you check all of your laptop connections, which includes internet, mouse, keyboard, whatever you need to have, the charger of laptop, especially because we had an incident before where a learner completed the exam with 3% battery left in his laptop because the connection was loose. So just be mindful of such very small things, but very important things. And one useful thing which we used during our exam was just skim through all of the questions first, and then pick like the first one that you think you're confident with, and then solve that first, so that you boost some confidence, and then you can continue to complete the rest of the questions. Be aware of the proctoring rules. Please read the FAQ documents. I think this is the 3rd time I'm saying, so please read that so that you know during the exam what is allowed and what is not, so that you don't even break the rules unknowingly. And yes, like mentioned before, just finish the exam if you face any issues. If you can finish the exam, keep going, complete it, and then write to us. We will respond to you immediately. And then even if you cannot continue, if you're kicked out of the exam, write to us and we will help you solve it. And we recommend taking a very short break between exam 1 and 2, because you will be in that study zone and in that time frame, and it's good if you just keep going and complete both the exams. You also have only 12-hour gap that you need to complete exam 1 and 2. So it's recommended you take as short a break as possible and then just finish both the exams. So in the end, the best advice that we could give is, just relax and enjoy this exam, because you've come so far, and this is just similar to all the other midterm and final exams that you've taken. And this is just another exam which is there to test your basic, grasp on the content. So yeah, you got this.
That's great. So now we will move on to the question and answer section. If we don't get to answer your question, please email us at sdfxhelp@mit.edu. We will always be answering there, so feel free to reach out to us. But let's go with the first one. I think we can go with Sindhu. So will there be more practice problems released on the CFX course?
Released as of now, because we also have the solutions for them prepared as well by our staff team. So we think these are one of the best kind of mix that we could provide you. And yeah, just go through those, and then we always say, just go through the practice problems, the graded assignments which you've already solved, because the questions are similar. How much more can we invent the problems, right? So just go through the practice problems, graded assignments, and the practice exams questions which we've given. That should definitely be enough for you to solve CFX.
Great, thank you. So Eva, I know this is the hardest question to answer to all our learners, but I would really appreciate your comments here. So they ask, so we have it from IAM, but we have many other asking the same. Suppose I'm connecting to a Wi-Fi network and I have any kind of issue that's not uncommon in any side of the world. And what if I lose connection? What can I do?
Thank you, Laura, for bringing that. Yes, this is a tough question with a tough answer, I believe. So, plan in advance, trying to book for a slot that, and try to do your best to ensure that your computer is going to work, is charged, your internet connectivity is working well, your room is well lit, and all of the rules. This plan in advance, try and do your best to ensure that every single thing is going to work. Any issue during the actual exam might jeopardize your exam. So that's why it's so important that you plan in advance and you ensure all of the things. And this is an online program. This means that you will need a computer or a laptop and internet connectivity. And this is a must. You know, it's kind of, it's the only way to do any exam with us is to have a computer, a laptop compatible with the system and with internet connectivity. If anything happens, the CFX help email account is going to be working 24/7 during the entire exam. If anything happens, you need to reach out to the CFX email account as soon as possible. If for any reason that I hope this is not happening to you, the internet connectivity is out, your laptop broke, whatever, you need to reach out immediately to the CFX account. And then we will deal during the exam one by one with each case that we will receive. So hopefully you can plan in advance and think that this is mandatory. You need to have your computer, your laptop compatible with our software, and you need to have internet connectivity. If not, this exam is not going to be possible. With any other incident during or after, during the exam, as Laura and Sindhu said, if you can complete it, and after completed the exam, reach out to us. If something happened in the middle of the exam, reach out to us immediately, and we will review your case during that moment. But I really hope that you are not going to run into that issue. This is not something that is going to help you during the exam. So hopefully it's not going to happen.
Thank you, Eva. I think Sindhu can help us with this. We are asked, will we be able to see how many points each question is worth? And how is our grading so far while we are doing our exam?
Yes, you will be able to see the points that each question is allocated. You can see exam 1 at once and then exam 2 later on. You have to take exam 1 first and then the exam 2. So in exam 1, the number of questions that we have, each of the sub questions in those questions will have points. So yeah, if you want to prioritize the highest scoring one and then solve those first, yes, you can do it. You will be.
However, let's just mention that they will not be able to see if they got it right or wrong.
Yes. That is definitely.
Yeah. You will see the points probably of how much you could get through the exam, but it's super important that you know that you won't know if the answer is right or wrong. You will have 2 attempts for each of them, as you always do, but you just submit and you'll see a blue sign instead of a green or red as you usually do.
That is one more important thing. Please submit each of the questions, individual questions, not save them. Saving them will not let us grade them. So you need to submit, get that blue bar, and then you're good to go.
Yes, excellent addition. And no feedback during the exam. No one is going to receive any feedback during or after the exam, as this is happening now in the midterm and final exam too in our SCX courses. Yeah.
Thank you, great answers. So another one I would like to share with Sindhu, because I think this is a super important one for us as a learner. During the exam, we're not allowed to work with any software like Ample, Python, or SAS. And for those of us who didn't work on Excel, this could be challenging. What do you recommend? This comes from Matthias.
So yes, that is true. We recommend only Excel because of the kind of questions that we would be asking you, because we set the questions with the aim that you use it like a calculator to just just make some simple calculations and plug in the answers. The very best thing that you could practice if you haven't touched Excel so far would be to use the solver. And don't worry, it'll not be like the course midterm and final exam where you would be doing huge models or something. We are mindful of the time as well. We know you have 2 hours for exam 1 and exam 2. So we have set the questions according to the time. We have it beta tested, so don't worry. And very simple basic functions of Excel is what we'll be asking. So yeah, you can just practice on that. And it's good to think in a way, because you know that we won't be asking questions from Orange and MySQL because those softwares are not involved. So you could think of it in a positive way and then just focus on the questions which are like heavy Excel based.
Great, thank you. I think Eva can help with us regarding the blended program. So they are asking, after getting my MicroMaster credential, for how long I will be eligible to apply to the blended master program at MIT?
Yes, 3 years. 3 years is the maximum you have. So as soon as you complete your CFx, you have 3 years to apply to the blended. And after that, you need to contact directly to the program. But 3 years is the maximum you have to apply for the blended. Yes.
So great. Sindhu maybe can help with us. I normally use an external keyboard and a wireless mouse. Would that be allowed?
Yes, definitely that is allowed during the exam, but make sure that you have it connected already. And once the proctoring starts, you don't move around and then fetch your keyboard or your mouse. Just have it connected and then click on start the exam.
Yeah, yes. Just wanted to add one thing here. It is not allowed is to have any additional screen. So only your laptop screen or one screen, no more than that. But yes, a mouse, external mouse or keyboard are allowed.
Right, and we also got some questions related to what if I use a study room? So I wanted to mention that if there are other computers in the same place, but they are off and they are far away from you and you can't reach anything else in an arm length distance, this should be fine, but it's super important that no one else can go into that room, because if it is a study room, you can face that incident. And also, because we have some questions that you need to take the exam in a table, you have to have a desk and a chair. You shouldn't be taking it from your bed, or just considering as if you were taking an exam anywhere else at any university. It's super important that you are sitting in a comfortable place. You need to have your chair. Remember, you'll be recorded, so everything around you will be recorded, and that's also super important. Okay, let me see if we have any more questions. So there is someone asking, Cindy, maybe you can help us. They will be connecting using their mobile phone network since Wi-Fi is unpredictable. What could be the situation in that case? Can they use the mobile network?
So that's a tricky one. If you want to connect to your mobile hotspot, okay. If you want to connect to your mobile hotspot, it's fine, but then you cannot have your phone anywhere close to you. You cannot access it, so you need to make sure it's at a distance that you cannot reach your phone. We would recommend you use a Wi-Fi, but yeah, if you cannot, using a mobile hotspot is fine, but you cannot have your phone anywhere close to you or anywhere visible in the room scan. Otherwise, that will be flagged as inappropriate and you will fail the exam. But you should also think about the connection that you would receive if your phone is somewhere really far. So we would recommend if you could somehow a Wi-Fi connection, it would be helpful.
Okay, so Cindy said no mobile phone near you and you cannot access to that one. So if you have it somewhere else, it's okay, but not in your same desk where you're working. And related to that, we also got a question saying, how do we prove we don't have anything around? So you will be prompted to make a room scan. So if you have a laptop, you will have to move your laptop around. You can see that in our prep course. We have some videos showing there. So you have to do this room scan in specific time limit. Please read through the frequently asked questions regarding this topic and the prerequisites we prepare regarding that. If you don't have a laptop and you cannot move it around, or you have a desktop machine with embedded webcam, please use a mirror. You can use a mirror and show around. The idea is that anyone that is watching the video afterwards can confirm you're not looking at anyone else helping you, or you don't have anything near that could be helping you with the exam, and it shouldn't be. And one last question I would like to answer is, can we download the PDFs? So actually you cannot download the PDF. You will be prompted to open it in another browser. So when you click it, you will see it in another tab in your same browser, and you will have to work there. But don't worry, the Control-Find will work, and there will be no issue with clicking in the index and going somewhere in the document, and that should be super easy, even though just like if you were using the PDF downloaded. And I think that's it with the questions. We covered most of those. If you have any other, please contact us at cfx@mit.edu. And I know Bedri has been answering a lot of them, so thank you, Bedri, for that and some. Please go through the frequently asked questions. You have most of the information we provided there. And if anything else, just contact us. Thank you, Eva. Thank you, Cindy. I don't know if you want to give a last message to our learners.
My last message is go for it. You are almost there. So go for it, study as much as you can. Best of luck during the final stretch of this program. Looking forward to see you as part of our MicroMaster credential holders. Thank you.
Yes. As a learner, Laura and I can definitely vouch and say that this credential has been really helpful for us, and it's sort of a sense of achievement to complete the whole program and get a credential. So yeah, all the best, everyone.
Yes, and when starting this journey many years ago with Sindhu, we haven't even met each other. We didn't even take the same courses, and we finally met at the Blended Master Program at MIT, and now we're working on this side, helping you. There's a lot of effort here to make you have the best experience as possible and to provide the best level information and content. So we wish you the best of luck, and we hope you enjoy the experience. Thank you.